Do you remember that thing people used to say about giving a monkey a typewriter in a million years and eventually it would type out Hamlet? Well, I think if you gave the average Amazon Gypsy marmoset the complete MacBook Pro with all the bells and whistles, it could never write a format for a successful television comedy. Try telling a chimp where ideas come from. I mean, who ever heard of a rude hotel owner who owns a seaside hotel and runs it with his tyrannical wife and an incompetent Spanish waiter?
I thought he wanted to say adios. He wants to. No, no.
Well, I think we'll get back to that one later. Writing a successful situation comedy is like catching lightning in a bottle. But once in a while, it can happen. In the 1970s, there was a sitcom called Porridge, voted by the British public as one of the greatest sitcoms of all time.
You've really got up my goat these last 2 weeks.
Porridge was a 1950s slang term for a prison sentence, and Porridge was set in the fictional Slade prison.
Share my toilet roll, Godbob. It's only fair. Look at all these socks I've darned.
Norman Stanley Fletcher, Ronnie Barker, shared a cell with Lenny Godber, played by Richard Beckinsale. Fletcher and Godber were two terrific creations, and together with the other inmates and some of the warders in the show, it was perfect.
Oh, that's very nice. I've been in here for years. You've never asked me how I sleep.
I know how you sleep, Fletcher. You sleep soundly because you have no conscience, no shame, no guilt.
True.
And then the writers decided to take Fletcher out of Slade prison.
I'm going straight. I'm straight as an arrow. I've paid the price and done my time.
And Lenny Godber is also released from jail, and he falls for Fletcher's daughter, and suddenly it's just another domestic sitcom.
Take your hand off my daughter's left cheek, please.
Going Straight was funny, but the magic of the original was gone. Why? It's difficult to explain to your average monkey sitting in a MacBook Pro, but situation comedy is a delicate balance of situation and comedy. Duh. The set is often a character in the show. You change the set, you change the furniture, you change the location, and you change the show. And so welcome to Mayberry, the home of the Andy Griffith Show. Mayberry, North Carolina, was for all intents and purposes filmed at the Desilu Studios in Culver City, California. The original Andy Griffith Show ran for 8 years, from 1960 to 1968. 249 hilarious episodes, countless awards, and it's still being rerun today. Talk about lightning in a bottle.
Hi, Andy.
Oh, hi, Maury. What's up?
No problem. This won't take a minute. I just need an extra set of handcuff keys, just in case.
Oh, I think I got a set here in my pocket.
Hi, Andy.
There you go. Take both of you to come out for some keys.
Hey, you got the keys there, Andy?
Yeah.
Can I have an apple?
Oh, sure, help yourself.
Stop it! You ready?
Let her rip!
Stand back, Max! Just stand back! Stand aside, Deputy. I'm going to break that line. No, you ain't. You think? No, you ain't. Now, you drop that rock and you get over here. One day there come a riding two bad men to rob a bank. But Fife was tricky, a dead-eye dicky. Now they're locked up in the tank.
Oh, my Barney. Barney had a jail and couldn't lock it. Had one bullet for his pistol. Had to keep it in his pocket.
When the show ended, the producers tried a number of spin-offs. They used one of the minor characters in the original Andy Griffith Show, Gomer Pyle, to have his own show.
I am watching you, Pyle. Move! Hey, foreman! Move out!
Yes, life takes on a fresh excitement in Mayberry this fall with Ken Berry in the role of Town Councilman Sam Jones. So be here for the lively and laughter-filled happenings in Mayberry RFD. Monday nights on CBS.
Even Andy Griffith tried to recreate the original magic of the Mayberry shows, the original Andy Griffith shows, with the new Andy Griffith show. In this, he reinvented Sheriff Andy Taylor of Mayberry, North Carolina, into Mayor Andy Sawyer of Raleigh, North Carolina.
It can't be.
And they even tried to enlist the help of Don Knotts.
You son of a gun. You son of a gun yourself.
So I guess in US terms, don't take Fletcher out of Slade Prison could be translated as don't take Andy out of Mayberry. So if you can't recreate an idea, what else can you do? I know, you can clone it.
I've got to be perfectly honest, Dad. I cannot spend another Christmas stuck in this rattle with you.
I mean, if you did leave, I just told you I got plans. I just can't stand being poor like this.
In 10 minutes, there will be no more beer opportunities.
If my dad catches me copping beers, he'll kill me.
I'm willing to take that risk.
Don't worry about it. Just remain calm, keep moving, and above all, don't get sucked into my dad's head.
I mean, just don't worry about it. Just stay cool and keep moving.
No snacks, no small talk.
Oh, and above all, don't get sucked into my dad's hair.
I want a word with the members of your department.
Of course, sir. Mr. Magovich, would you step this way if you're free?
I'm free, Captain Wextoff.
Mr. Randall, Mr. Humphreys?
Free, sir.
Ever so free, sir.
Would you step this way, please, Mrs. Crawford? Miss Nichols, one moment, please.
Before we go any further, Mr. Fenwick, Miss Nichols and I would like to point out that our drawers are a positive disgrace.
In many ways, it's more difficult to adapt a successful idea than create a new one, which brings us back to that rude owner of a certain seaside hotel.
Well, may I ask what you were expecting to see out of a Torquay hotel bedroom window? Sydney Opera House, perhaps? The hanging gardens of Babylon? Herds of wildebeest sweeping majestically?
I expect to be able to see the sea.
You can see the sea. It's over there between the land and the sky.
But what did you expect to see out of a window in California? The Eiffel Tower? Or perhaps Krakatoa erupting?
What I expect to see, Mrs. Cartwright, is a view of the ocean.
Oh, well, maybe you didn't notice it. It's that big blue thing between the land and the sky.
Bitte sehr, hä? Ach, Chef, wissen Sie was? Bringen Sie mir doch ein Bier. Wie, da brauchen Sie die Karte gar nicht mehr? Igor! Macht nichts, kein Problem.
I love this hotel, Connie. I just wish we could fill it with a classier clientele.
I just wish we could fill it.
I want to be the host to dignitaries and presidents and royalty. Really swell people, the creme de la creme.
Man, my ass hurts from driving.
Well, look, darling, the king and queen of Iowa.
Welcome to Whispering Pines.
Get cash.
देखिए हमने आपसे कहा है ना कि हमारे अपने घर से मेहमान आ गए आप समझते क्यों नहीं है बात मैं क्या करूं
कमाल करते हम क्या करें फिर हमारे माँ बाप आ रहे हैं हम कहीं और
What are you doing here?
I'm going to have dinner.
Not at this table, you're not.
It's taken. Mrs. Snavely put me here.
Well, I'm Mr. Snavely, and I run this hotel. You'll have to sit over there. Don't look chagrined, sir. It's our best table away from the highway. Whiz, 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 whiz. You don't need it.
Now, if you think those were desperate, I've got desperate for you. I've got the definition of desperate. It's called the Brady Bunch.
Well, Cindy's doll is missing, and the girls think Bobby took it.
Well, Bobby?
I didn't take it.
When the Brady Bunch began in 1968, it was essentially a mainstream domestic sitcom. For 7 years, the American public watched as the family Brady grew up.
No, you didn't do it.
And when the show ended in 1974, they tried to repackage Dad, Mom, and the 6 children 9 separate times.
Favorite family.
That's the way that they became the Brady Bride. The Brady Bride. The Brady Bride. Well, he looked good.
The kids were older, and the producers were grasping at straws. The Brady Bunch became a troupe of all-round entertainers.
Watch me strut my stuff. I can get it
Son of a gun.
So let's draw some conclusions, shall we? What are they? 1, don't put the Bradys on the stage, Mrs. Worthington. 2, don't fool around with Faulty Towers ever again. 3, stop cloning sitcoms. They don't work. And don't let Andy out of Maybury, ever. And I almost forgot. Don't take Fletcher out of Slade Prison.